Texas. John Beautiful, that's his name. Heard him say, are you shitting me? Lord, and I feel just the same. He speaks his mind about that asinine asshole in our house. Yeah, John Beautiful, he likes to call it out. Yes, he does. Well, there's a blue dot down in Texas, that Texas Avenue. There's a blue dot family in the USA. And all over this world. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
Hey, how y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday. It's time for another Blue Dot Family meeting, and I'm so glad y'all are here, baby, because we got shit to talk about. Anyway, Showtime Twiz, baby. Always the first one to jump in there on Periscope. We appreciate you so much. My buddy Michael James is here. It's over, he says. Well, we got to debate that yet. Sherry P's in the house. Dolores Grant, Miss Linda Henshaw Cram, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, is in the room. Stephanie Dean is with Jay Clayton. A few days before getting work done, summer back. Oh, man. It's in the 70s in Florida, evidently. Yeah, we got you beat. It was 82 today. Before this cold front just blew in. And it just did. Carol Blass is here. Renee Price. Alanya Jars. Don Cheeto. Don Cheeto's in the room. And Dorothy Tyndall. Baby, I got a card from you right here. Thank you very much. Ardita Michael. Karen Van Wyk, who just had a birthday. And she's saying, let's get ready to rumble. That's right, baby. We still got fight to do. Pat Hunter's in the room. John in Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie is here. Monica Burns from our Blue Dot Family page. She is with us. Thank you, baby, so much. And thank you all for joining us. And John Heron is in the room, our resident archaeologist, because when we go to digging up shit, you like to have one around. Anyway, it is Sunday, and I do have mail. Let's get that right out of the way real quick. I have mail, and one here is from our dear friend. Well, let me save that one for a second. Third. I got a card from Dorothy Tyndall in Palmetto, Florida, and I think Dorothy is in the room, if I'm not mistaken. And it's Peace on Earth. Isn't that what we all hope for, baby? And it's a Christmas card wishing you the blessings of peace, love, and joy this Christmas and always. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Love, Dorothy, the Blue Dot in Florida, baby. Thank you very much. Mama says she got a piece of ribbon I'm going to hang here somehow to hang all my cards on. All right, and then we got one. Oh, let me get to this because I want to save that. I got this. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't remember if I showed this. I don't think I did. This is from Wendy Spalding in Lake Worth, Florida. Let me get it open here. It's been opened several times. It's one of those Swiss colony. You might notice there's several slots there that are already empty. This came in, I think it was Friday, after I went out there and had to chase the dogs down the street from carrying it off because they definitely were trying to carry it off with them, and I had to go out there and fetch it from them before they got away with it. Anyway, Wendy Spalding, thank you very much, baby. It's not the first time you've sent them. Thank you. And then I got a card from our dear friend Martha Oliveira in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And it says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And she wrote a note in here thanking from the bottom of her heart for letting her be a part of this amazing Blue Dot family. Baby, I had nothing to do with it. That's you. You're the person that had that desire to join this family, and I'm so glad you did. I did take notice of your message today. Martha's sister, daughter, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Martha, I got mixed up here in my head. Is down in Arizona, has COVID, and is suffering pretty bad. So she wants you to keep Martha and her family in her prayers, in your heart, in your thoughts. And so, yeah, I want to pass that along with a friend of Andy Paguda's, Ron Hashaki, out in San Diego, California, is in desperate shape and needs thoughts. Any good vibes, any good spirits you can send that way. I'm sorry, Martha. I can't remember if it was your sister or your daughter. I think it's your daughter. I am so sorry. I read it, put it in my head. And, well, Martha, you know how my head is. But dear, I hope she's fine. I hope they all recover easily through this. It's hard times. This pandemic's still going on. Today, the first shipments went out, but it's going to be a while before everybody gets a shot in their arm. So we still have a long ways to go. So continue to wear your mask and take care of yourself. It's the most important thing we can do right now, because we still have to have a lot of people around here who give a shit about this country, because obviously the Republican Party has given up on that. The other day when we spoke about Abraham Lincoln, when he said that we cannot be destroyed from the outside, it'll only be from within. Well, guess what? The Republican Party is doing their damnedest to do that. And I am under the belief that every one of those 126 congressmen, including my congressman, Michael Cloud, put their name on that document, broke their oath they took to this country and to the Constitution. I know that oath. I took it. They took it. To support and defend the Constitution of the United States, and these people signed a document trying to overturn that. They did their best, and they're not done yet. This attempt to overthrow our democracy isn't done yet. The Electoral College meets tomorrow. Everything should go as planned, but they do have what they call faithless electors. They might come in and not vote the way they're supposed to. In histories, they say the most has been is 10, and that's not enough to do diddly squat. It takes 2/3 to do anything. And I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up. And they don't think that's going to happen. After it passes tomorrow, the Electoral College votes, then it will move on until January 6th is when the House votes. The House votes to accept the Electoral College, and that's the day officially that Joe Biden is declared the next president. Talk in the Republican Party right now is that they can refuse in the House to accept those results from the Electoral College. Again, it's a last-ditch effort, because in that case, if anybody objects to that, if enough congressmen object to it, well, then the only way it can be remedied is by 2/3 majority of the House and the Senate. We hold a majority in the House, and there you can't get 2/3 majority in the Senate to overturn the will of the people. Even desperados like Mitch McConnell won't go along with that. So it's a done deal after the next few days, but don't think that they're going to give up. Trump is still out there tweeting today that they haven't yet begun to fight. We're going to keep this up. The Supreme Court let us down, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to keep that shit up for the next month until we get rid of his ass. And so it's not going to be an easy road, because every day they do this is another day they rile up these idiots, these morons, like we saw this weekend in Washington, D.C., where 4 people got stabbed, where the Proud Boys, the Leathermen, or whatever the hell they call the white supremacist assholes that show up, these morons for Donnie, these are the ones that he speaks to. And those are the ones he's going to continue to incite. And he will do it right up to and past Inauguration Day. But so no, baby, it's not over, and it's not going to be over until we get rid of his ass once and for all, which I hope won't take too much longer. Anyway, Bernadette, I am so ready to get this man out of our life, baby.
I got a boot.
You got a boot? We need to use it.
I got a boot that is fit right up his
right
ass.
up his ass. How are you doing, dear?
I am exhausted,
Oh,
John.
darling.
But that's.
I hope it's
yes,
from being productive and you feel good about it, right?
Well, yes,
No.
it is actually
Okay.
from being productive.
Being
And I
productive.
do feel really good about it.
There you
I
go.
was a virgin to this, and so yeah.
Oh, pray
You know
tell.
how your first time,
There's something you did for
you're
the
like
first time?
little for the first
You're a
time.
little
John.
hesitant, you know. Well, I've never tried this
I was
before.
very hesitant. I was so nervous. I haven't had that feeling in a long time. But there's nothing like placing a bomb on your kitchen stove.
A bomb?
Yeah, I broke out my pressure canner last night.
Oh, Lordy. I'm nervous
Yeah.
around them things nowadays. Is that a pressure
Yeah.
cooker? Yes, it is. I'll wait
Oh,
outside.
yes.
Make sure the kitchen don't blow up here. Makes you nervous.
Exactly.
How did it work out, though? Everything worked out well?
It worked out great. It smelled terrific. I pressure canned chicken with garlic
Outstanding.
and onions. And oh my God, it was so nice to wake up this morning and see my jars full of food for storage. And that was
Outstanding.
such a good feeling. But I tell you, it was nerve.
I'm so amazed with you, darling.
Our mama Belda stayed on the phone with me and walked me through it because she's old hat at all this. And
Is
so,
that
I
right?
needed some guidance.
Badass.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Well, I'm glad you learned how to do that because when we all move up to your house, we'll have chicken to eat. Damn.
That's right. That's right. I'm trying to store some food away because this shit ain't over, people.
No.
And you need to. I will say it again. Get some food stocked up in your house. We're looking at a long time before this vaccine is able to take effect in this country because of the mismanagement of the current administration. Let's get that straight.
Yeah. No
okay?
shit. No
So,
shit.
protect yourself. Do whatever is necessary to keep
I knew there was
yourself
something missing.
and your family safe and eating and making it through this because we will survive COVID 45.
We will
We will.
survive this shit, both the COVID and 45.
But only if we're careful.
Yeah.
Only
you have to
if
be
we're
careful. Indeed. Well, Bernadette,
Yep.
I'm tickled to death to hear. Johnny Fly,
Yeah.
how's everything up in Pennsylvania, friend?
Oh, it's doing pretty good. Wasn't too bad today. I guess upper 40s for a temperature.
Upper 40s. Well, you
Yeah.
could have kept that shit up there because it's coming down to my house tonight. I woke up
Oh,
nice
really?
and
Well,
it
I'm
was
gl-
not, it was like 71 when I woke up. Rose up to
Mhm.
84, and then there you go. Sent a cold front down here, and it's coming through right now.
That's right.
Dropped down
Well,
to I
John,
don't know what it is
can't-
right now. 2 degrees below
we
freezing, I
can't-
think.
Well, we can't stand to see you enjoy 80s all the time. If I have to suffer with 40s, and that's mild up here, wait till next month.
Hey, Johnny,
Then we can send you some 20s and teens.
day after
Yeah.
tomorrow, it's back up to 74. I love this shit down here. Yeah, we get a nice cool breeze. Yeah, that feels good. Now go away. Anyway, I'm glad you're
That's
here, my
okay.
friend. And
Same here.
and Robert Heron out in Oregon, my friend. How are you doing?
Well, it's snowing here, man.
There you go. It's beginning to look
snowing.
a lot like Christmas.
Oh, send it out to
Oh,
John.
Everywhere you start to look at your Christmas
glad I
at your
went-
house.
Yeah, I'm glad I went shopping yesterday because it started snowing last night.
There you don't want to go no more. See, there's my problem
No.
with that shit.
I don't like
Yeah.
driving in the snow.
No.
It's
Once
too
it
dangerous.
snows, I'm homebound. It's I'm environmentally challenged at that point. I don't want to go out in that shit.
Yeah, but you
It's
gotta know
cold.
how
I
to
think you-
drive in the snow.
But baby, it's cold
think
outside,
But sedition's definitely the topic of the day.
isn't it though?
Yeah.
And that's exactly
Yes,
what this
sir.
is. I don't see any
Yeah.
other word for it. These people,
don't either.
Yeah.
they broke their oath. They violated
Yeah,
their
I
oath to uphold the
See, I think-
Constitution.
See, I think that they forfeit their seat because they attacked the vote that got them elected.
I think so.
I agree.
Yeah, you filed a suit in the Supreme Court to take away the votes that got your ass elected. So
Yeah,
maybe we
that's-
ought to just take your word for it. Your
And you
vote's
know
no good.
what? You know
We'll
what?
do a do-over
what,
on
Don?
those. Huh.
John, everybody in this country should remember these bastards that signed that. And they're probably going to vote them anyway, but hopefully they won't. They got to write their names down. They were running them on the screen on CNN,
Boy,
and they had people. And
they have been running them.
one of them was Rick Mooser, I think his name is. He's from Pennsylvania. He's up here in the 9th district.
I took
I'm
note
not
of the ones
surprised
from
to see
Texas.
his name on there.
But
Yeah.
my congressman, that pisses me off. My congressman put his name on that. To me, he's a traitor. To me, he's a coward.
They're all
He's a
traitors.
coward who is willing to bow down to a dictator, because that's what this is. This isn't because these people believed it. It's because they were commanded to do so. A loyalty test. Let's see. And we know
It's an
who
insult.
failed. It's a 126 list of people who failed the test, because that's what they did. Let me catch this up. Let me catch up here real quick. Ben Stroud donated $5. We thank you very much, Ben, and said, can't the Blue House refuse to seat the Republicans who won't accept the election result, and the Trump flakes are being crybabies just like Donnie did? Fuck Trump. Exactly. Ben,
Yeah, that's it.
I believe, if you get right down to it, they broke their oath. They violated their oath that they took to this country. I don't know how any of them could be seated, but it's not going to happen. But we need to make issue of it. We need to make history. Remember, and then we got one guy, I can't remember his name, down here in Texas. He wants to secede from the Union. That guy should be thrown out of the House. Period.
I think they need to make an example of all of them.
Yes.
They just need to, they need to throw them all out. Say, look, man, you violated your oath. You got voted into your seat, and now you're attacking the very vote that got
The
you
very
your job.
system that brought you there.
So
John.
you forfeit
Yes,
your
Bernadette.
job. You got to leave. Go ahead.
The reason why these people keep doing this over and over and over again, and we'll see it again for the next 30 days, is because there's no consequences.
None.
I wish that the Democrats would grow a pair, make them blue balls. Hey, Bernie's big blue balls, I got some. I'll send them to you.
Yeah.
Okay? Grow a pair
Start
and show
calling
these
them out.
people that it is against the law. It's against your fucking oath. Give them some fucking consequences and show them what it's like to continue to do this shit.
When you
But because
attack
there's
our
no
democracy.
consequences, they keep doing it. And that's Trump's problem.
It
That's right.
seems to be a habit of the Republicans for the last 4 years.
It's a habit of the Democrats to allow it to keep happening.
Indeed. We need, I don't want to reach across the aisle. Every time we have tried to work with them, they pull out a knife on us. Piss on that shit. I'm ready to slap up. Georgia is so important. But if we don't take Georgia now, we got to take the Senate in 2022. It's a desperate. We did so good in the presidential election, but unless we take the Senate, we can see the handwriting on the wall. Every one of those 126 congressmen that signed on to this, do you think they're gonna go along with Biden on the stuff that he wants to do? There needs to be a consequence.
They need to have a consequence.
Hey, John,
And as long as there's not even the Supreme Court didn't issue a consequence for filing all these frivolous lawsuits. Those
58.
attorneys should have been censored. They should have been barred. The Supreme Court could have did a lot more than what the Supreme Court did.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all about
And because they didn't, these fuckers will continue to do this shit.
Well, it's
It's
going to
all
be the
about-
same shit show if we don't get Georgia.
Well, Diana Mallory just donated $5 and said, "Stand down, America, until January 21st. Don't give the pumpkin tits a reason to call for martial law." Indeed, because that's what ex-general traitor of the country, Mike Flynn, is calling for him to do, is to suspend the Constitution and implement martial law. And if there's
the people that got convicted with him, they're thinking
Yeah.
about bringing those cases back up.
Yes.
So keep doing what you're doing, Mike. You're going to walk yourself into some new shit that ain't covered by your pardon.
That is.
Keep doing it.
He is trying to rally against our nation. And he has help. Oh, God knows I hate to say this shit. Did y'all see Alex Jones?
Oh my
God, please.
Really.
Why anybody
I-
gives this man attention is
Why
beyond
He's
is,
me.
arrested.
why is this man even allowed to get? I don't
Yeah, he
know.
needs
The
to be
man should be
arrested.
in prison in my book.
In jail.
He should be in jail. He's a disgusting
Absolutely.
maggot of this world, but he's in good company along with the Proud Boys and Donnie the Dick, and
See,
there was some
it's all about-
My Pillow guy. Are you shitting me? Come on, man.
It's all about accountability.
There ain't
I
no-
think they scraped them out of the bottom of the septic tank.
There
is what
ain't
I
no
think they did.
accountability, and that's why
Look,
I am desperately waiting to
20
see
years-
who is going to get the attorney general position in the Biden administration, because we need somebody who has got courage, as Donnie would say.
Some balls.
Balls. Well, they don't have to have
Yeah,
balls.
accountability.
Metaphorically, balls.
You got to hold these
Yeah.
people accountable. That's why that's what all the protests, everything we've seen, it's all about accountability, all of it.
And
When you
for
get
the
right down
left,
to it.
They're getting away with a lot of
Well, look what
shit.
they've allowed
That's
him
what
to get
they're
away
doing.
with for 4 years. He is, in my opinion, from everything I've gathered and read over he is a Russian agent.
It seems like it.
Yes.
I
Everything
can't
this
see how,
man does
right.
evolves around Russia. In his,
Every day.
Every day.
By the way, John, did you see on, I think it was CNN tonight, that they had hackers that got into,
Yes.
think one of them was the
Commerce.
Treasury Department,
Commerce
and the other one was
Department.
Commerce,
Yeah.
and they think it's Russia.
They
Well,
think it's Russia.
what do you think?
What do you
Yeah.
think Donnie's going to do anything about it? You think Donnie's going to stand up and go, hey, you can't do that?
No,
I'll put sanctions on
no,
you. No,
John.
he ain't. No.
Because
That's not
he
how
just
it's gonna-
fired the guy from CISA who was in charge. Who was in charge at the time that this hacking went on. He
Oh.
just fired that guy because the guy came. Christopher Krebs is
Krebs.
his name.
Yeah.
Christopher
Yeah.
Krebs. He just fired him for saying that there was no voter fraud, that this was the most secure election that we had.
Yep.
And then today comes out a story that, oh yeah, okay, the elections might have been secure, but what about the Treasury Department? What about
The Commerce.
there's the Commerce Department,
Yeah.
the offices that guide the policy on telecommunications in this country.
While we spend lots
This
of money on
is
new airplanes and
the
bombs, it's going to be a
result
computer that
of
gets us.
having. This is the result of having a president that didn't want to do anything towards Russia.
This
He
is
is
a
a
president that
Russian
intentionally
asset.
put
He is our-
people in positions that were loyal only to him, meaning they were loyal to whatever Donnie says, and actually have damaged our abilities, our capabilities, not only in our intelligence services, in our Department of Defense. Donnie, he has gone through this firing.
He didn't care anything
He
about
didn't give a shit about nothing but get
security
rid of them.
and cybersecurity. That's the next threat in this
That
country.
is the next
because
threat.
it
You
it is
guys-
so easily attacked, as we
guys
can
were-
see.
We're watching an open coup. How much more do you
Yeah.
need?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like
really.
everything else Donnie has done. He doesn't try to hide this stuff. He does his shit right out in the open.
Right.
All of his treasonous activities, all of his lies, everything he's done, he does right out in front of everybody. And then he says, no, I didn't do that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, we seen you. No, you didn't. And they believe him. But
I
they
think
can't-
this electoral college.
ridiculous.
I think Biden's going to have, of course, be elected president, unless Johnny has something up his sleeve he's not telling us about. What else can they do?
the sad thing when I stop and think about all of this shit.
He threatened the Superior Court. He threatened the Superior Court.
He threatened to sue the
Can
United
you
States
believe that? I
Supreme
mean,
Court.
when you threaten the Superior Court, man, that is messed
I
up.
think the
This
Republican
just-
Party as a whole.
Look, don't get upset about him threatening to
No, I
sue the
like that.
Supreme
I'm just
Court.
saying for the president, that's messed up. That's just, that's
No,
big.
what it shows is his incompetence. The man has not a clue as to fucking how the Constitution is read.
Nope.
The Supreme Court has immunity and stands separate
Keep a
from
copy handy.
Donald fucking Trump, contrary to whatever the fuck he believes. He
And he gave
is
him
not
their
the
job.
king of this country. Why do
And
we
he
get
gave-
so upset behind the shit he does? It's
No, he
stupid.
gave 3 of them their job. That's great. They did their job.
They did their
salute
job.
the Supreme Court.
But this
They
is
stood
what
on
I this is what I back up and I look at this whole big thing. The legalities, the electoral college, the Congress meeting to confirm all of that, everything is actually the sideshow to Donnie.
Yeah, it is.
This is going to happen. This is what's going to happen in history. Everybody knows that. Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th president of the United States. So this has nothing to do with politics. What it has to do is power. And the power that they see, the Republican Party now, not just Donnie. Donnie has brought the Republican Party into the fold of Trump, which means, as Jared Kushner said, it's not about the issues, it's about attitude. They don't give a fuck about the facts. They don't give a shit about anything. They love the guy, and even if they don't, it's in your face, snowflake. Yeah, we're going to take over this country. Where's my American flag? Where's my rebel flag? Let me put him. It's that kind of shit. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't give a shit about their fellow Americans. They don't give a fuck about anything. What they want is a revolution so we can all have freedom. And it's fucking ridiculous. It's just screwed up.
Steve Schumann just said it best, man. He called the Republican Party exactly what they are. The Lincoln Project called them out, called them what they are, an organized syndicate crime.
They are. They are trying to manipulate our laws and our Constitution in order to maintain power. And with that power comes the ability to rob our coffers blind, which is what Republicans do.
It's the shit that you don't see. Like all of a sudden we hear about this hacking of the Treasury Department. That shit went on back months ago. And we're just now hearing about it.
With politics and everything, the daily grind of chaos that has been here.
We've been consumed by a fucking sideshow, which is exactly what he wants. Because as a Russian asset, if you create the sideshow, everybody's watching this shit over here while you totally burn down the fucking house over here.
That's exactly right. And that's what he's been doing. Let me catch up here real quick. Catman56 donated $5 and said, "I fear a war. Bring older and with service. I will return rounds on them here in America." Oh my God. Yeah, my friend Semper Fi Keith. Yeah, we worry about that, especially veterans.
John,
to turn your weapon against your fellow citizens, really?
What if we had a war and nobody showed up? Who was fighting yesterday? It was far right-wing activists and the Proud Boys.
Yep. The Leathermen. No, they like to get all sorts of leathery up and get together.
This was at a pro-Trump rally.
Yeah,
we didn't have all this shit when we were marching for Floyd and all the rest of that.
Shit. This is a worship of a deity they have made of him. And they can't back up. They're committed. You think the people down the street are going to take down their signs? Fuck no. They got money invested in them things. They're going to wave them even after the election, even after the inauguration. They're never going to give up.
He considers himself a demagogue.
He is to them.
And he's bullshit. He is full of
deity
shit.
To them. And I see it within my own family. Within my own family.
The only reason,
it just disgusts me.
Hold a minute. I just had this conversation this morning with the young lady in my house. The only reason why these people follow him is because he gives them the right to feel the way that they do. He has brought, let's keep it fucking clear what this shit is about. It's about racism in this country. Yeah. He is trying to continue to start a race war. He is trying to start sedition in this fucking country, an insurrection. He should be criminally charged. Anybody else would.
Yes.
Well, that's why these congressmen, that's why these 126 members.
I can't wait till his ass is out of court. And they too can be criminally charged for sedition and trying to start an insurrection in this country. We did this war already. It was called the Civil War. They lost.
They lost.
Get the fuck over it.
They're never going to get over it.
That's what I'm saying. You got to you got to hold these people accountable. You can't let this stuff go. It's got to be.
There has to be a legal accountability, and we have to do it by the Constitution because that way we live on it.
You got to make it.
And that's why the Democrats can't go at these fuckers the same way they come at us, because we have legal standing. We have the Constitution behind us.
David,
everybody wants Pelosi to get out there and fight, but she's trying to do it by the book. And that's the Democrats' biggest problem.
This is what we have to do.
This is by the book. This is where you use sedition and the Fourth Amendment, and you use the laws to defend the laws.
That's what we have to do. That's exactly
you make
right.
them accountable
and
use the law to make them
Let's let David jump in here. David, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, John. Hey, everyone. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Hey,
you?
Hey, David.
Slightly under the weather, but I'm hanging in there.
Well, we're glad.
Hang in there, dude.
That's every day is not rainbows and unicorn farts.
Need some good old chicken soup.
You're gonna have.
It's not baby. Physically. I'm not physically under the weather. I'm mentally under the weather.
Oh.
Right.
It's yeah. I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm better than it was when when Cittadini was still our president, whatever you want to call him. I'm better now that he's on his way out. I just wish the process would speed up a bit.
Exactly. It's dragging on like every day is a month. It is. It's getting tiring on the soul because we look forward to day by day little victories. They shouldn't be little victories. These are things that go on in our history that never had a problem, like the Electoral College vote. It meets tomorrow. We should not have to worry about are the electors going to hold up to their oath and vote for the popular person in that state. Now we have
a couple more days for that.
We're looking at January 6th when the House meets to confirm, and we're looking at possible obstruction then. So
it cracks me up, John.
What's that?
And then this has been on my mind heavy for a month now, for the last month since we've officially given them boot, and they've been fighting so tooth and nail. I had several of my conservative friends back years ago accuse me of wiping my ass with the Constitution. I don't know if anyone else has heard that one.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at how they're treating the Constitution now. I don't even think they ever knew what it was about.
It has, to them,
it has no meaning for them.
It's a bumper sticker.
This is the biggest insult in history. I've never seen an insult like this ever in my lifetime in front of everybody. Like that.
No, not in my lifetime. And good God, I was born in '68.
Yeah,
crazy year.
They're very bold about it too. They don't care who sees them do it.
No,
he's made them okay with that. He has made it okay to take whatever your grievance is to the streets and make it public again.
No,
and celebrate.
That's what this man has done.
And let's celebrate ignorance now. I guess that's the new one. I watched a CNN interview a pastor who's running one of the big churches that's denying COVID exists. No pandemic. And he was telling them, because he was 44 years old, he had never seen a pandemic in his life, that this wasn't a pandemic.
Yes, I saw that guy.
You saw that?
Yes, I saw him. I'm 44 years old, and I've never seen a pandemic, and I don't.
When they asked him what he thought a pandemic was, he couldn't answer, and actually treated it like it was a gotcha
I'm almost
question.
68. I ain't seen one either. There's a lot of shit I haven't seen, Chris, but I believe is there.
Chris, I gotta ask you. When you see something like that, does it piss you off?
Oh my God! I'm sitting here going, here you are wanting me to accept faith.
Yes,
you're a faith.
Because he is a preacher standing at the pulpit.
And you don't know what faith is.
Come on, guys.
It's a sales to them. It's a don't pass the plate. That's all.
When have you guys ever seen a body in the street ever? Come on, they don't bury people in the street. They bury people in, morgues and stuff like that. You don't ever see.
You know what I have seen?
The part of the problem that I see with the pandemic that's been raging in this country and around the world for the last fucking year is that, especially here in America, we don't see it. We don't see it on the nightly news. The news is not going into hospital and showing people on these fucking life support systems.
No, they give you numbers.
It's not like like Vietnam. Yeah, and we all know the numbers are skewed. We've watched this man manipulate the numbers all fucking year long, so we know the numbers are skewed. Okay.
I did watch a guy drop dead of hunger in the street about 20 years back in front of a restaurant. too.
That's
Literally
not
died.
that's not the same as
Or a
what's
restaurant.
going on. What
No,
we're
but
not
it's
showing
tragic.
is our doctors and our nurses totally fucking stressed out and burnt out by
Oh, yeah.
The
mismanagement
human
of
toll,
this pandemic.
the human toll that is
Yes,
suffered
that's what
through
we
this whole
don't
thing
see on the news.
stretches
Well,
far
yeah, but-
beyond hospitals and morgues. It stretches into the street where people are homeless because they haven't afforded their rent. They're hungry because they don't have any food. Their bills, they've thrown them
Yeah.
out the fucking window. They can't do a goddamn thing with. They
And
can't
you know
put
what?
groceries on the
And
table.
you know what Mitch McConnell says to that?
Nothing.
Tough.
He could give
Yeah,
He
no,
doesn't
shit
give a fuck.
less.
Anything.
He is
They
more
don't do
worried about his
anything.
corporate liability
Nothing.
than anything else. You think about that, people. That the leader of the Senate, his most pressing, urgent desire is to get immunity for corporations. That's
What's
Yeah,
the
that's his
it's not
priority.
your life. It's not your belly. It's not your rent. It's not your anything. It's all
I'll
about
pay him one compliment.
corporations.
He
with
stays
them, baby.
bought.
What's Lawrence? That guy Lawrence on MSNBC. The last
Lawrence
word
O'Donnell.
Lawrence
Lawrence
O'Donnell.
O'Donnell.
was that the guy. I respect that guy a lot. Like he came out and said exactly that they're not doing anything. The Republican Party is doing nothing.
Nothing.
They haven't done anything. That's what their job. That's what they do. Nothing. They sit on their hands.
Wow.
Period.
We'd let Georgia go to the Republicans. You're going to see 2 more years of nothing. There'll
Well,
be
they're already
so much
setting it up.
instruction because these people have already hung themselves. They've already attached themselves to the name Trump. So they can't, as Trump walks out the door, that doesn't absolve them from their sins. Baby. Get me a nail
I
and some
don't-
hammers and a cross because I want to put these people on it. This is just
yeah,
bullshit.
they're attacking their own vote in Georgia. They're burning their own.
They're
They're shooting
burning
Yeah,
their own
Kemp.
house down just to
Kemp,
to
the loyal
praise
Trump supporter
Donnie.
Kemp.
Yes,
they're all
attacking
attacking the
Kemp.
Republican Party now.
A
They're gonna turn on
Republican-
their
They're
own
attacked by
party.
him.
It's the shark feeding frenzy, man. They're all starting to turn on each other, literally.
Well, I hope the Democrats get in as a result, but I hope the Republicans screw
I-
their own asses
I
over.
agree with the
you
mindset that
watch,
the Democrats need to act boldly,
Exactly.
boldly,
yeah, when the
Yes.
indictments start
And
rolling,
with
when
courage,
they start
Yes.
indicting
call out
people
the
for that.
crimes that we see as a society being committed against our Constitution. This
And
attack,
stop
You gotta
trying to
indict
reach
him.
across the aisle.
they're
I'm
trying
tired
to
of that
take
talk.
away the sovereignty of our country and hand it over to a dictator. That's
Do
exactly
you know what
they're
type of people you cannot work with? People
Traitors.
that have no honor and
no
already
honor,
have proven
no
that.
nothing.
People
And
that have
that's what
lied to
they've
your
proved.
face.
They have no,
Yeah.
especially
You can't
people need to,
work with
and,
people like
and we're
that.
preaching to the choir here. But I,
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
I see the thumbs down on my YouTube thing, so I know we're getting a couple. You know, how can you look yourself in the mirror? How can you look
Yeah,
yourself in the mirror and convince yourself that you're a patriotic American standing up for the values of this country when your leader is trying to destroy the very democracy that you supposedly worship? I don't
Right.
buy into your shit. It's not about,
Right.
it's, to me, I swear, I'm going to say it again, with freaking Republicans and hypocrite Christians, it's not about the morality. It's not about the facts. It's not about the issues. It's about a bumper sticker. They don't have to be a Christian. They just have to say, well, yes, I am a Christian. They don't have to be a patriot. They just have to have a bumper sticker that says a flag with the I support the troops. That's it. That's it. There's no other requirement for the shit. They will throw it all down the tubes in a heartbeat, believing they're doing it for patriotic reasons because of, America. That's it.
But you know, John,
It's not about the issues.
people are
It's about
seeing
the
right
attitude.
through 'em.
I,
John,
That's not really
people are
straight
seeing right
forward.
through them.
my
They're
my
seeing
fear
the
is those
hypocrisy
that are
that's
feeding into it, though. There's my fear. Because they're not
Yeah,
far
well.
from me.
John,
Christianity's
John,
They'll,
being
they'll
Christ-like,
feed
you know?
they'll feed
That's
into it
Christ-like.
because it fits their ideology.
That's right. It
Which
feeds
this
into the
man
hate
has
they
allowed-
already have.
Yes, yes, and that's why they do it.
that's not
Understand why
great,
these
like-
people are doing what they're doing.
We have to remember how they got started.
Understand.
It started
Yes,
with the Tea Party, the hatred of Obama, and that fed off the pure racism of people not
Yes.
being able to tolerate a black man in the White House. That racism spawned the Tea Party, and the Tea Party spawned this fake patriot bullshit, which, by the way, swept a whole lot of congressmen in Jim Jones and them kind of guy. Jim Jordan, I'm sorry. Same thing, Jim Jones.
He's a
cult. Yeah.
There's a tie in there.
Yes, Ohio needs to get rid of his ass. Let me catch this real quick. Ben Stroud donated $5 a while ago and said, John, I posted in main discussion today at 4:20 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Trump's next stunt he thinks he's going to try to pull, and it's very scary because he may do it. Ben, I saw the article. I haven't read the article yet, but I did see the caption on it. He is going to try everything. He's going to try to pressure the House of Representatives to not. Well, first it's the election tomorrow. I mean, the Electoral College. He's trying to get as many of his diehard Republican buddies to get faithless electors, which I don't think we're going to see much of. That would cause
That's your hope, man.
I hope
Well,
not.
they've already been certified. Every 50 states certified already.
Every state has certified. There's no reason electoral cannot go up there and do his duty as a citizen of this country and vote the way the people voted. But again, he only needs 270. If 10 of them hit, and that's the maximum number that we've ever had, 10 so far. But we could see that double that, 20. Joe Biden still wins. All right, and so I don't think it's going to happen. But I think the dog and pony show will progress to January 6th when the House of Representatives has to accept the electoral vote, and there will be congressmen who will object.
Sure.
Do you know he lost 59 cases so far?
Yes. I thought it was 58. You got one more, 59.
59
and he
cases.
still doesn't get it.
No.
I mean, how many times
doesn't
you
get
gotta
it.
lose?
Oh, by the way, greetings from New California and New Nevada.
Yeah, New California.
I don't know if you saw that, but they're inventing states now.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Travis
Look,
today, boy, he
been
wants
trying
to
bust
just
up
move.
California for the longest, okay? That shit ain't gonna happen, okay?
No,
And,
it's not. We have,
yeah.
This is the worst I have seen my country go through in my life, politically speaking. This is the worst I've ever seen. But we will go through this, and we will come out the other side, and with the proper push from society itself, which means us, which means you and me out there, staying involved and staying informed with what our representatives are doing, especially your congressman, which I have learned. You write a letter, they got to write you back, baby. You make some noise. Let your opinion be known, because that man is representing you in your district, in your city. And like me, Michael Cloud, he's an ass sucker from hell. His job is to get up there and kiss Donnie's butt as much as he possibly can, and to the degree that he would violate his oath to the Constitution. That's who my congressman is.
Yours is Michael Cloud? Oh,
yes,
I'm
Michael
sorry.
Cloud. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's him. We got some doozies down here, brother. Go more.
So it's your attorney general that's under investigation by the FBI?
Yes. For securities, for tax fraud, for securities fraud. He's been arrested on 3 felonies. Yes, the guy is going to jail, and that's why he did this.
Example, John.
That's why he did it. He's looking for a pardon.
Donnie
He's
is
looking
going
for
to give him a pardon. That's what this was about. So given Ken Paxton being an attorney, going through college, not exactly what somebody you would think is a stupid ass person, he knew the calculated risk of what he was doing. He knows his ass is guilty because he did the crimes. He knows the process that he will be convicted of these crimes. His only option out is a pardon from the President of the United States, and the President says, jump through this hoop, boy. And he did.
Oh, man.
In another hoop.
Disgrace
yourself. Humiliate yourself. Throw your law license out the window. Be the laughing stock of America for me, and I'll give you a pardon.
And that's why I said the courts should censor these fucking attorneys that keep bringing these stupid ass fraudulent cases.
Well, they need to be disbarred. They need to be stripped of their ability to practice law.
Yeah, they got to be barred. I hear Barr's going to quit too.
That's what he's threatening.
Oh, great.
I want to see
We'll
it.
be able to
Do it.
charge his ass sooner
Do it,
than later.
William.
Awesome.
Walk out
I
the
know,
door. A
I'm
direct message to William Barr. Dude, I wouldn't take
Go
that
for
shit,
it.
man.
Do it.
I wouldn't take that shit. You're gonna stand
Yeah,
there and
he
take
should
that
do
shit
it
from him. You're
because
gonna make you're gonna let him make you into a fool just like he has made every other. Yeah,
He's going to
Do
drag
that, Barr.
everybody down with him.
He should
Everybody.
quit because Trump will fire him. He'll want to get the jump on him. You know that.
think of the people that have utterly disgraced themselves. Utterly.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that
God.
are the big one, Ted Cruz, with that big speech before 2016, before Johnny got elected. And then look at him now. Lindsey Graham, the same way. They pull up these speeches from 2016 where they're calling him everything in the book.
They're
And
John.
now
John,
they've
they're more
disgraced
brown than I am. Okay.
Yes, they are, dear. But only around the
that's what I
nose
mean.
and the face area, and the hand.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Probably
happens
on
when you
their
stick your
stomach
nose
from
up
wiping their
somebody's
hands.
ass.
It's all over their family. Think of that shit. The Trump shit. You put your family's name tagged to this Trump shit. That whoever your family is, my dad is Congressman Ted Cruz. I'd be freaking ashamed. Oh, you mean the one that made a fool of himself? The one that would just sell his soul to the devil for a little pat on the head from a new deity? Are you shitting me? That guy? Yeah.
He ain't the only
that
one.
guy.
You mean the one that called your mama ugly?
Ugly.
And
Called
your-
his
and your
wife
dad
ugly.
accepted-
Yes, your daddy, your
You mean the
granddad.
one-
Your granddad
Your
killed
granddaddy tried to kill Kennedy, didn't he?
Yeah.
They called
I
the
heard
vote. They called the vote a fraud, so they need to resign. They
Yes.
called the very vote they got
The
elected
very
on a
thing.
fraud.
Yeah. Yeah. John
So they need
McConnell.
to
Yeah,
step down and
McConnell. Fuck. What's his name?
Mitch McConnell.
No, I'm thinking of my other senator, Ted Cruz. And John Cornhole. I'm sorry, Cornhole. How can you remember? Forget it. John Cornyn, who has been quiet now since his election. He did not sign on with this thing. As a matter of fact, he put out a statement. He doesn't know how they could take that case to the Supreme Court. He was lost trying to understand it. But
Yeah,
he
as
didn't
we
put up.
are.
he
Trying to
did not-
divorce himself from
Yeah, he
the
did
responsibility
not
is what he's
put-
trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
When have you ever seen one state sue 7 states in an election?
And do you really think the Supreme Court is going to throw
Come on. Come
millions of
on.
votes just on a whim because you
Oh, my
said
God.
so,
Can you
because
imagine?
your butt hurt? Get over
They were
it. This is
supposed
not-
to-
it makes me feel bad because again, I'm looking at my state, Texas, which I am very proud of, has a great heritage, is now being stained by a fool of a governor, a jerk of a lieutenant governor who's offering $1 million if you can come in here and prove that you've seen voter fraud.
Oh, my God.
And
my
my
God.
attorney general, who is a crook, and his own staff want him investigated. His own staff want him investigated for bribery. The man
Oh,
is
my
a
God.
criminal and now willing to sell out his country to get a pardon from a fellow crook.
You always have
Where
Louis
is my
Gohmert to make you
country?
proud.
Where's my country? This ain't it,
You always
baby.
have Louis Gohmert to make you proud.
Yeah, Louis Gohmert. I got the COVID from my mask. Shit. Let me get caught up here. Catman56, my friend Keith up in Minnesota, donated $2 and said, my weapon and I have never been so clean and armed as they are now. Keith, please be careful, buddy. Be ready. But just be
don't make
careful,
trouble.
brother. Be careful. But yeah, that's the way people are in this country. I don't blame him. There's not one
No.
I
far
don't
away
blame him
from
either.
me. There's not
Be
one
prepared.
far
Don't-
away from me.
Don't let them goad you into violence.
No,
That's the trick right
it's
now.
the last
You
thing
know,
they
I
want,
got-
but you got it.
I gotta-
It is disgusting that we have to have
You know, I
that
gotta-
mindset that we have to be prepared for that against
Hey,
your
hey,
fellow
I gotta go-
citizens.
I got to be honest
Look,
with you about something,
look.
John. Go ahead, Bernadette.
Just like you need to be prepared to have toilet paper in your bathroom and some food on your shelf. Have
Way
your
to
piece
protect
ready too,
yourself.
because you never know. You
Do-
never know.
Do you know
We
what's
are
disturbing?
still in a pandemic.
Do you know what's a disturbing thought? I feel more threatened now by white American men supporting Trump than I ever did from any Middle
Any
Eastern
black
terrorist.
man ever, or a Middle Eastern guy ever.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
I'm more worried
Or
about
any-
bumping
Hey.
down the street with an AR-15. Let me
Yeah,
catch
right.
this up
Hey,
before I
guys.
get behind here. Diana
I was
Mallory,
never-
bequeather of the gong and secret squirrels. And baby, I don't know what happened. It didn't get here, so I don't know where it went. It donated $5 and said, I watched a live feed from D.C. last night. I was not impressed. They were bragging they captured 2 flags and 1 Black Lives Matter banner. Idiots.
Oh, God.
They think it's an accomplishment. Like, we got 2 of their flags. Well, you captured it.
It's not a game.
You won the game of Risk.
And
It's like, what the fuck?
And you wonder why Keith feels the need
Yes,
to be prepared.
That's why.
Yeah.
No.
That's why, because
You
Keith,
guys,
I remember during the
welcome
bad
to
times,
America.
Keith was very
Welcome to
close. I could hear
America.
helicopters over his fucking house
Yes.
when I was on the
Yes.
phone. I could hear that shit. That's his
You
that's
know,
his home. Of course he's ready.
America
And he's a
is
Marine.
really morphing in.
Don't fuck with Marines.
America's really
That's
morphing
right,
into
man.
something.
Wait till these
America
guys
is
actually
more-
go.
They were trained
You
in
know, wait
that
till
shit,
they
you
go
know.
with the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
You know?
Johnny Fly, we haven't morphed into anything. These are America's true
These are
colors.
lice. These are lice
Yeah.
on our
Well, they're
society.
These are our true colors. This is what this country has been founded on. This is what this country is going to deal with until it gets it fucking
This
right.
is what
Yeah,
we
but
have
when
been
I was-
fighting the life of our country. We keep saying this. It's a generational fight. If you think this is going to be over in your lifetime, you're mistaken. You're mistaken, because there's a cockroach out there that's going to live just as long as you are.
This is about
So-
accountability.
We have to
Accountability.
have accountability. We have to have respect back within our society. We will not tolerate racism. We will not tolerate misogynistic or homophobic acts. It will not be tolerated. That we are an inclusive society. We are a melting pot, that all of us belong in this country, and nobody has a right to discriminate against any freaking buddy. If you have religious liberties, close down your freaking shop if you don't want to serve everybody. If you want to open your shop and serve the public, guess who the public is? It's all of us. I'm pissed off at a religious freedom nut job case again. I don't want to serve them because they're a gay male couple, and I don't like that in my restaurant. Hey, how do you know they're a gay male couple? You're gonna check every 2 guys that come in. Hey, prove to me you're not gay. You got to prove to me here you're not gay. Here you can't come into our restaurant. Is that what it is? No, it's just a reason to be an asshole, to flaunt your make-believe religious beliefs and impose that. They call that Sharia law over there. Here, they just call it, politics. My religious freedom. Anyway, Benjamin Stroud donated $5 to Super Chat and said, let's send the 70 million that voted for Trump to live with Putin, and send the GOP to live with him. Fuck Trump, pumpkin tits. Yeah, let's send. They ought to. That's who they love more than anybody else. Run on over to Russia. They love your shit over there. Putin's just having a grand time. Michael James came in and donated another $5. We thank you very much. And Judy came right behind him with another $5. Judy, Michael, thank you both so much.
Are they going to get gongs or no?
Oh, I was going on a roll. Yeah.
There you go. Got to keep
And
you on.
my
John.
buddy Mitch Goldstein donated $2 to Super Chat and said, Blue Dots will repair America. Be strong. Those are wise words from my friend.
I agree.
That's so
Yes,
sweet.
that's what we have. We will prevail, because we prevailed before against attacks. We lived through the McCarthy era, and that was damn near what we got right now, if
Got
not
rid
the
of
exact
Hitler.
same thing. Yeah, we got rid of Hitler. We chased the Klan under rocks. This asshole let him back out under the rocks. We got to chase him back. We got
Yep.
to make
He's
that
done more damage
not
than Putin did.
acceptable within our society. We are the ones
Yeah,
that
he's
have to
doing
make
more-
the change. We demand
Once you
change,
get 'em
but
under
we are the ones
rocks,
that have to make it.
John,
Huh?
Once you get them under the rocks, John, step on those rocks. Make sure they don't
No
come
shit.
out again.
No shit. Put a little asphalt
See,
over
he's
them,
doing
you know?
he's doing more damage
Yep.
to democracy than Putin has ever done.
Indeed, he
Oh,
has.
yeah.
done. Indeed, and he has
He's
allowed
ripping the
more
inside out.
threats from Russia to get, this latest one getting hacked by Commerce and Treasury. Yeah,
You read that today? The White House has verified it.
that's what I understand.
The White House security confirmed it's looking into it. Yeah, that's disturbing.
That's scary, because the war ain't going to be fought with missiles, baby. It's going to be hit with the stroke of a key on a computer.
Oh,
It
yeah.
Maybe
could,
we
it could
should-
fuck this
maybe we-
country up.
I'm wondering.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering.
Maybe.
They're doing that now while Donnie's in, because I wonder how much they'll get away with once Biden gets in.
Well, Mitch McConnell hasn't supported a single bill to make our systems more secure against these hacks. We've been trying to push it.
Right.
It's been out there. We've been saying we need to do this, but no.
No,
Right.
dude, that was
Since day one. It was,
That's been
it
one
was
of
the
my-
first bill
that's been one-
that our current House passed was cybersecurity
Cybersecurity protection.
in this
no, that's
country.
been, Dave, that's been one of my points
look.
for
We
the
have to
last 4
remember
years.
that's how Donnie
need
got
to,
started.
We need to start, but we need to start looking at this from an inside view. Maybe it's coming because we have somebody on the inside who's our biggest national security threat that has
Calls
not
are coming
allowed
from
for
within the house.
any kind of security.
Indeed.
Yes.
I believe I
Yes.
saw that,
I wanna-
baby.
I wanna-
The call is coming from
I wanna
inside
touch-
the house.
And if you burn down your own house, it's called arson.
Yeah, I'm really serious, y'all. This has been in front of me. This has been in front of me to remind me of who we're dealing with. We're dealing with our own. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Abraham Lincoln was a mighty wise man. He's also the one that said that we must prey upon our better angels. And that's what we're going to have to do. Suck it up, drag them little knuckle dragging Trump supporters into the 21st century and somehow repair this shit. But it's going to take all of us, baby. It's going to take
See,
everything.
Dave made a really good point. You know, they had 4 years to try to do any kind of voter security whatsoever. And then the last year, all he's done is bitch about how it's going to get rigged, and he hasn't done a damn thing but go out of his way to sabotage the whole thing.
Kind of ironic,
Exactly.
isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's
Isn't
been
it?
systematic.
And in the process, he sabotaged himself.
He didn't.
Right. I
He
mean,
did indeed.
a lot of stuff that he did came back to bite him in the ass. That's for sure.
Awesome.
But
really
until he
agree.
pays the consequences for his actions, he does. Right
Exactly.
now, he thinks he got away with everything. There's nothing
Right.
that he can't do. He could go down
Right.
Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and get away with it because he's the president.
That's why
That's
you
what-
see open suspicion right now. This
That's
is
why
you're
we
seeing
need
open
to
suspicion.
see. We need to see him
Accountability.
held responsible for the crimes that he has
Accountable.
committed, his
Yes.
family has committed,
Absolutely.
his associates have committed, and trace exactly where Donnie got all his money from.
See, I
that's a
think if
big
you use the
question.
law, I think if you use the law right now against these guys that did sedition, and you actually use the law to defend the laws, these guys can be removed. They can pick a whole bunch of new guys, put them in place.
We
Period.
realize that is what that's exactly what we need to do. And
Right.
if we are a constitutional country, we need to hold people accountable. Now, looking at it from the America side over there with the red hat on, with the Make America Great hat, that old boy, he will just look at everything we're doing as persecution to a patriot. That's how come he endears. He's not going to give up on his supporters. He's always going to say he won, that he was the grandest president ever. They will believe him, and so we will just martyr him in front of
John,
his
they're still
crowd.
sending them money.
I know it.
still
I don't
sending
get
the
over.
money.
Go figure. I don't know. That's what I mean. It's beyond
Now,
stupidity. They have sold
guy
their
that's been,
souls to him, and they can't
Yeah, the
back
guy that-
out.
the guy that's been busted for charity fraud, right? You're going to send the guy that's been busted for fraud money.
Yeah,
That scammed you out of money for the wall that they didn't spend on the wall.
that had the
Oh,
fake
yeah,
charity
that too, right? All that money
took from
Right.
children's hospitals. The guy that had the fake university. You know, it's a con from day one. And I'm not talking about
And
day
then-
one of his presidency. It's day one ever since his daddy handed the keys over to him. It's been
Yeah,
one
and then
big
if you're-
con job to make
And if you're a
him look
billionaire,
like
why do you
he's
use money?
the rich and famous, because that's all Donnie wants to be known as, rich and famous. That's what he wants, and I want him poor and infamous. That's what
Yes.
I want.
I want to see him prosecuted. I want
I
to see these
do.
laws enforced.
I
man.
want,
wanna
well,
see
like I said, if
enforced.
I had my druthers, it would involve tar feathers and rail, but the rail,
Right.
a rail
know?
that leads directly to jail. For the put his ass in
It's the
stock
only
so
way.
everybody in the United States could come by and slap him every freaking day. You know,
Because it's the only way you're going to stop it. You got to make them accountable, or you won't stop it. It's got to be
and
done.
it's not him; it's the Republican Party. If we don't stop this now, how empowered is the Republican Party? You know, because he's not doing this in a vacuum. He has backing. 126 congressmen are willing to put their careers on the line.
So they all need to be arrested.
They should not be seated for sedition and insurrection. That is what the 14th Amendment says, Section 3. And maybe Donald Trump and the rest of those 126 representatives in the House should read that section of the Constitution.
And if they don't have a copy handy, we will read it to you and let you decide what this says, because this is what the Section 3 of the 14th Amendment says. It says, no person, let me get the glasses off because, you know, I went to the doctor to get good glasses. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or an elector of president and vice presidents, hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability.
Don't they take an oath to defend the Constitution?
Every one of them took an oath to defend the Constitution, to support and defend the Constitution, and they filed a suit in the United States Supreme Court challenging our Constitution, challenging the very democracy of our vote. Yeah,
so they got to be held accountable.
And for what? They knew they didn't have standing. They knew this. That's what we all have to remember. Every one of these assholes knew that this was just a joke. It was theater put on for Donnie. That's all of this was, because every one of them, like I said, they're not stupid. All these attorney generals across the country, they're not stupid. They know the law. There is no standing. And they got laughed out of court.
You know what struck me in that whole thing? There were actually, of the 26 states that stood up to oppose them, there were deep red states that stood up to oppose them too. Idaho opposed them. Idaho's attorney general. Idaho's about as red as you get.
As red as you can get. You can't find hardly a blue dot in Idaho. Nope, I take that back. I have blue dots everywhere, baby.
You know, they've got an opportunity to use the laws to, indict these people or make them step down and resign or do both.
They've had opportunities to prove their integrity for 4 years. They had it when we impeached him. They had the opportunity then to stand up and put a stop to it, and they failed to do it. So they have been sucked into this vacuum of immorality and losing their integrity for a shit show. I don't understand it. Let me catch up here real quick. Yeah.
That was a warning. He warned him. He said, if you go down this road, you're going to end up right where I'm at right now.
Right there. And look where we are. Diana Marie donated $5 to Super Chat and said, I have never been so scared and so angry while Americans are dying. Fatso continues to gaslight us. Indeed, Diana. Indeed, baby. Thank you.
And how much?
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about people dying.
Our deaths and cases increased. Yeah. He said how many times expressing sympathy and understanding? All that's right, 0.
Yeah.
He has no.
He has none.
He has 0.
Gary Atkins does, though. He donated $5 to Super Chat and said Sharia law in the Middle East is evil. Sharia law in America, it's freedom and liberty. Exactly, Gary. If it's them over there, them people. Well, that's just terrible. That's Sharia law. We can't have that. Religious freedom? Oh, you bet. I'm all for that. Are you shitting me? And Dark Zone donated $2 to Super Chat. Said, "Love the Blue Dots. Great family, buddy. We love you back. We're glad you're here." And JD Cooker has subscribed to our YouTube channel. So JD, welcome to the family. We hope you stick around, baby. The family grows all the time because we have a group here that not only interested in being informed. I believe every one of them are patriots willing to fight for this. We have done so many things over the last 4 years. I'm so proud of everybody in this family and what we have accomplished, and we're not done yet. I still have a few thoughts, if I get a moment to sit down and plan everything out, that we still can take active roles in letter writing campaigns, other things like that can get us staying involved, because that's how we have to keep this going. We have to be able to change our society from the inside. So just because we went to do an election, that's not enough. We have to stay informed, stay involved, because there's another one in 2 years. And besides that, we have to hold these people that we elected to the fire, their feet to the fire, to stand up and to charge some of these assholes and do what our Constitution says do. But
for sure, use the law, make it law and order. They're screaming law and order.
They scream it all the time. Yeah. Made it their whole campaign. Law and order, my ass. They've broken every law, and there ain't no order amongst them. Hell,
and the Constitution.
No, they're willing to throw it all down. There's no.
They need a reminder of which all laws in our country stem from. All laws in our country stem from the Constitution.
Exactly.
They have to answer to the Constitution. They have to meet a standard under the Constitution.
The Republicans have their own set of laws. It's their own set of laws.
Well,
it's not the Constitution.
It's not just him. There's a bad fact in our country that the laws are made for the rich. And there's a different justice system for those that have the money to invest in hordes of lawyers, and your piddly ass who ain't got a dime ends up in jail and can't get out because you don't have bail.
Well, when
not
two people
guilty
can
of anything.
When two people can commit blatant securities fraud.
Yes.
And run for senator in Georgia while doing it.
Both of them.
Every lawyer in the country needs you to get in trouble so they can make $500 an hour off you sitting in court.
There's a business there, indeed. Yes, that it seems that our justice system is geared just towards that. We have a machine that you have to feed that machine. You've heard of the simplest thing, like, the officer needs a quota of so many speeding tickets for the month. That in itself.
How do you think they get paid?
Yes,
that's a poverty tax right there.
That's an attack on the citizenry to raise money for the machine. And if you get thrown in court, you need a lawyer. If you can't afford one will be appointed by the state. Guess who's paying for that? We are.
There's crimes on the rise right now that I guarantee you.
Check this out for a second. If you make $10,000 on one DUI per night, and you get 10 DUIs a night, that's 100,000 just that 10 people.
That's a new Mercedes, baby.
That's a lot of money. So you got to look at the system.
It's the system itself. And
crime is on the rise right now in the United States more than any other, or one of the fastest growing crimes. Stealing food, shoplifting food.
Yes, I've seen that headline.
I know.
The fastest growing crime in America isn't bank robbery; it's stealing groceries. Why?
No, I've been saying that.
Because people are hungry. This has gone ridiculous.
I've been saying, if you want
the inability of our Congress to recognize the need in the people. This Senate and the GOP in general, they are only worried about business. Business is what put them there. Business is what pays them, and business is what they care about. Mitch McConnell and the rest of them. Let's don't leave out the rest of them.
Look,
because Mitch can't do it by himself. He's the one that has
full control. Yes, but he controls the shit.
Yeah,
he tells them what they can and cannot do.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the part of this I really don't like.
To the floor, he is responsible for the lack of food going out, the lack of support going out.
America,
people hurting in this fucking country. It is all Mitch McConnell's fault.
It's Mitch McConnell who decides on his own what bills to bring to the Senate floor, and if he doesn't bring them, we don't vote on them. You don't get them. That's it. One guy.
I really believe it. I really believe that Poverty creates crime.
It does, because
certain
you're
crimes-
forced into a
certain
life of
crimes
crime because if you have to survive. Where are you going to
Right.
get your food? Where are you going to sleep? It's a crime to sleep under the bridge up there. You're under arrest. No bail.
Right.
Oh, terrible. Well, you got a bunk and some meat and some food if they feed your ass. Always
You have
throw that in.
equality, you stop crime. Equality just gets rid of crime. I mean, it saves you so much money in the long run if you just make it easy for people to live. Period.
That's the part that we have to be involved in to change. I saw everybody, and I talk about this all the time now because there's such a dire need for it. When Andrew Yang came out and said that a guaranteed income, a minimum income for every American in this country. Jesus, you got to eat, you got to live.
It's funny, John,
This is something that we could do because we spend more than that a day on corporation and tax loopholes for the rich and all that shit. This is not something that we can't do. It's something that we won't do.
How many billionaires were recently
Oh,
identified as not paying any state taxes
I don't
whatsoever?
know. I think it was Jeff
Including
Bezos.
Bunch
I
of
think a
my
little
state.
cartoon
Bezos
that
was
Jeff
one of them.
Bezos could
Zuckerberg was
buy a
one of them.
home for every homeless person in this country, and it wouldn't make a dent in what he has. That's what's so disgusting.
Jeff
Jesus,
Bezos could spend
look
$1
at the
billion
suffering in
a
this
day
country.
for the rest of his
Shit.
life and not go broke. I'm
tell
not even
me
sure I could spend $1 billion, even if I had it. I'm
that
not
you
sure I could
have
spend it.
morals while you sit up there in Congress and in the Senate and not pass the help that the people need. Tell me that you're a patriot. You're not a
He's
patriot.
taxing
But we
You
want
don't
to
give a
get.
shit about who's
We
out
don't
there.
want those
If they're
businesses to
not
be
making a
liable for what they've
donation,
been
Michael
doing.
Cloud spends all his day on the phone in a phone bank trying to get donations. That's what Republicans.
Yeah.
That's what they do all the time. They're not on the
Why we
floor of
need
the
to get
Congress
money out of
trying to
politics.
pass bills. They're on the phone trying to get money from some donor for their next
should we-
campaign.
It should be funding. Those should be publicly funded campaigns, so they answer to the public.
Exactly. Do away with Citizens United.
No one else.
Get out.
And take
get-
money from
get
anyone
money
else
out
is
of
a crime
politics.
that gets you kicked out of office
Every
forever.
freaking one of our congressmen and senators should be wearing an outfit like NASCAR does, with all
Oh,
the
yeah.
logos of who's paying your ass. So it would
Yeah,
be
the word-
easy for us to identify what
They should be
crook
forced
you
to
are.
have
Yeah,
the
they
logo of
shouldn't
the
call,
company that gives them tattooed somewhere on their face.
they shouldn't call dark money. They should call it crime
money, blood money. This
not
is the
dark
blood
money.
of Americans.
Oh,
These are
what it
people
is.
dying of this pandemic because of the ignorance of our administration that we've had, the ignorance and the outright denial, oh, fuck.
You're right. Take a breath.
Deep breath. I know.
Disgusting. Disgusting. How many
We
people
all
have
have to
had
watch
to
our blood
die in this
pressure, right?
country because he lied, because he was more
Oh.
worried about himself, and
Oh, yeah,
those
so-
around him let him do it.
What were they saying? A 9/11 a day between now and when the vaccine comes out, starts to be available. So we're looking at about a 9/11 a day.
Yeah, more
For
than
months.
Well, don't
More
worry,
than
all the
World
White
War
House
II.
staff is getting inoculated
You know,
right up front.
No, we got
it.
People.
I brought this up to my brother. I said, "What the hell type of president is he?" Because, you know, he had to see this thing with this
I
coronavirus
saw
was
that,
coming.
Micah.
His advisors were telling him this stuff. They had to be telling him. I was like, "Oh, we don't have to worry about that." And then finally it came over. I told that to my brother. My brother says, "Get out of here." He said, "You're such an asshole." He goes, he doesn't believe that. I said, "Come on, Obama had that all set up for about what would happen if a pandemic hits, and he got
And
rid of
Donnie
it."
tossed it out the window because you know why?
Yeah.
You know why?
Obama's
You know
name is
why?
on it.
Yeah, that's right. Because it had
Because
a
Obama's
black
name
man.
on it.
You can't listen to him.
Black man. Came up with that
This
idea.
man has tried to destroy everything Obama did because he's
Right.
a racist asshole,
Right.
and he's
So even the
vindictive,
original,
and he holds a grudge forever because he got
dude,
his
even the
little butt
original,
hurt.
test,
Huh?
even the COVID test. It said even the original COVID test was for COVID-2. It's not for COVID-19,
Yeah.
and it was made by Obama. I got the test. I know they sent me a thing saying, "Oh, don't go by this test alone because we don't really have a test for COVID-19.
Right.
This test is for COVID-2 created by the Obama administration." So there you go. Don't go just by this.
Well,
So
that
all that
reminds
stuff-
me. I'm
It was
sorry.
all a lie.
I-
He lied about all the tests. He lied about it all. It was all. I mean, he just can't stop lying. It's just so disgusting.
Well, I just saw on CNN that not long ago here tonight. They said this is the third straight day in a row. There have been 30,000 deaths of corona. I think they're deaths of coronavirus in California.
30,000 new cases.
Yeah.
New case.
Yes.
Oh,
When you
new
think-
cases. Okay.
30,000
We've
new
been-
cases. Yes.
We got jealous because Texas got ahead of us
Okay,
in
you-
cases, so we
Hey,
decided
don't
to
worry.
really.
We're trying our best to catch up again.
You know, embarrassed when I saw those numbers were John because I had teased you about that in the past. Yeah, I guess
When you got
so
more
much for my
casualties-
state.
You got more casualties. You
I
got more
We're number
casualties.
one.
so,
Yay.
I am so faithful to my hand washing, my hand sanitizer, my mask. When I pump gas, I use gloves on the pump. I don't touch that nasty ass thing. I don't know what kind of asshole
No.
came in front of me. Probably.
Yeah, California's over
Right.
33,000 today. I just looked.
If you got more casualties. You got more casualties than World War II in 11 months.
Yes.
Yeah, we're looking at that now. That's
Hell, we're passing 1 million cases every 4 days, 3 or 4 days
creeping
now.
up on Civil War
Hey, well,
territory. It'll be
Although
last.
the vaccine went out today. Thank goodness to see that.
Hey,
truck
John,
roll
did
out.
you-
Yeah, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Let me
Did
thank
you hear
Simon
that,
Cox real quick for donating $3. He says, "Love listening to you all. Keep safe and roll on 1/20/2021." Thank you, Simon Cox, baby. We're glad you're out there.
Hey,
And
hey, John,
yes,
did you hear? Pennsylvania's governor is now COVID positive. He has the COVID-19 now.
it's this
It's-
is not
it's in
over.
the paper.
This isn't over.
And also,
Well, they're all going to get it.
also
They're all going to
he
get it.
closed. Also, he closed down. You can't have dining indoors again until I'm not sure if it's the beginning of next month or what. So now the diners are. Now, there was an article in the paper. Now they don't know what they're going to do. It's putting them tighter and with them, when trying to be in business, and now they're shut down again. So
You know
Well,
what
look
they
at
could have
Tyson
done?
Beach. See,
They could
Tyson
have
Beach.
passed a help bill that puts money into the people that would
Right.
spend money on those places for delivery to keep them open on that front. They could have given it to the small businesses rather than as you could see, an odd number of Kushner businesses that were helped by this last stimulus
Yes.
package.
yes,
An odd number of Trump properties that received
that received
the
this
stimulus
stuff.
package.
When
Some
you
white
unpack
hate
this,
groups that
and those
received
that
this
are wealthy
stimulus
anyway.
money.
What is Tom Brady? I just saw that go by. Tom Brady got
Yeah.
Really, what the fuck do you need money for?
Aren't you so happy that we bailed
Like,
Tom Brady
what
out?
Aren't you so
Poor
happy about
struggling
that shit?
Tom Brady.
That's it's
Yeah,
just
really.
and but by the way, you got your $1,200 what 8 months ago? Shut the fuck up. That's exactly what they think.
Going on 9 months.
Yes,
Mitch
I
McConnell-
swear that just pisses you off because it maintains that same belief of mine that when you start seeing all these stories, who got this big money, and we haven't even delved into all of it yet. There's
yeah,
still
scratch the
billions
surface.
of it that unaccounted for with the proprietary information. We can't tell you who it was. Fuck you.
I did
we
enjoy
know who
watching
it
Katie
went to.
Porter grill Steve Mnuchin. Because Mnuchin's one of the big
Yeah.
ones covering it
Yeah,
up.
Mnuchin is big time. I want to see that man charged when he leaves.
Didn't know Katie
trying to-
Porter,
Just
who
trying to get-
law professor Katie Porter didn't know she
Just
was a
a
lawyer.
more disgusting, money grubbing
Mm.
people. This is what this administration has been this whole time. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's just thieves. People want to steal as much money as everything from, and it's like a disease. It just eats their brain. Look at Rudy Giuliani. Went from America's mayor to America's fool. For
Oh,
money.
he's just so-
What a fall. I mean, he could have retired after
Oh,
9/11,
Shit. Look
written
at
his
shit.
memoirs, been
Look
a
at
hero to the
people.
country.
Look at the Michael
He's-
Flynn, a general, United States Army. Now,
Flynn's I mean,
now he's a disgusting traitor who took an oath to
Yeah.
QAnon. I guess that
other
supersedes the
military leaders won't even say his name anymore.
I don't blame
Yeah.
him. He's a disgusting
No.
traitor. He's no better than Alex Jones.
Nope.
Mike
Alex
Flynn and
Jones, who
Alex
said that-
Jones are the same people.
What's Jones saying today? Oh, that Biden will be removed one way or the
One
other.
way or the other, he said.
Why is he not in jail? Why the FBI didn't haul him in for that and go, okay, you just threatened to assassinate the
yeah.
president-elect.
One
They
way or another,
should.
we're going to get him
You're
out.
right.
But that's
Right.
what they want to inspire. That's what they want to inspire. That's what they want to incite.
And you know what,
Because they
John?
want
If somebody
to.
were actually to take a shot at Biden, heaven forbid, these would
Oh,
be the
God.
same people saying, "Well, we didn't have anything to do with that."
Oh,
I didn't.
yeah. I
was
didn't.
just
I
curious
stand
about
with the Constitution. I denounce all Are you shitting me? You've
No, he should be
stand by
arrested
for
for that.
4 years and watched this man destroy our society, much less our democracy in our country. I'm talking about our society, neighbor against neighbor, white against black, assholes against people who are decent. They're all good people on both sides. Bullshit. Bullshit. There's not good people on both sides because there wouldn't be that side if it wasn't for assholes. Racist.
Right.
They were the deplorables that Hillary spoke up.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and I want to thank Sarge Tech, who donated $5 and said, "Thank you so much, John and Travis. You folks give me hope that there are real patriots who care about America and not
Hillary was
pieces
simply
of
too
shit
honest.
named Trump." Peace.
Hillary was
Tech.
just too honest.
Well,
Hey,
Hillary,
man, I never
you
did a
gotta
reggae
remember,
show or a
they
Grateful Dead
spent
show.
years demonizing the hell out of her.
30, 40 years.
demonized-
Yeah.
Yes, they demonized her for so long that they convinced Democrats that she wasn't the right choice. And there's a certain point in time where Democrats have to come together. There are progressive Democrats, there are very liberal Democrats, there are conservative Democrats. Some people call them corporate Democrats. There are changes that have to happen within our party, and they will, because
Sorry,
as
John.
the
I call them
younger,
corporate Democrats too.
huh?
Did you see
Guilty. I call them corporate
Yeah,
Democrats.
corporate
Did you see
Democrats. Yeah,
see,
you do. We can spot them.
No, did you see,
that guy in West Virginia? You know, Manchin, Joe Manchin.
Oh, Joe
He's
Manchin,
yeah,
yeah.
he's probably as close to a Republican as you can freaking get and still be a Democrat. You know,
You know, the guy from the Lincoln Project wants to team up with AOC.
good.
It'd be interesting. It's, you know,
See,
be
you have
great.
to
I
look at
thought-
AOC
Maybe.
as what the future will eventually bring, because we don't
Steve,
have any other
yeah.
choice. Because
Yeah.
advancements in technology, advancements and so many things are going to happen that have already happened, that we're way behind on shit. You know,
Oh,
we
for
don't
real.
have in our own country the technologies that other countries already have. I don't think there's a person in South Korea that doesn't have broadband. Are you shitting me?
No, we were talking
We
about
can't get
remember we were talking
broadband
about-
out in the country. And-
Remember we were talking about the train? We were talking about the
Yes.
train, the high-speed train that's off the
High-speed
track.
rail.
All the rails we could have, all the monorails we could
John,
have. All
Look
the
how long
stuff we-
Japan's had high-speed rail. For them, it's old
John?
history. Yes, dear.
Not to break the conversation or anything,
No.
but I'm going to bounce out just to make room for a couple other people to get in before the end of the show. All right.
Okay.
So
All right.
Y'all
darling,
stay
Bernadette,
faithful.
thank you for being here, baby. We
Yes.
appreciate you every time you
no
come
problem.
in. All right, darling.
All right, Bernie,
I'll be hanging around in the background. Bye.
We'll be in the blue room in a little bit.
Hey,
All right,
All right.
Bernadette.
No, we could have come on, we could have electric everything. We're way behind. We could create jobs with monorails. We could be creating tons of jobs with this.
Just repairing our infrastructure
Our
in
infrastructure.
itself. Our
Yeah.
electrical grid in this country. You do know that they can hit a switch over in Russia with a keyboard, and we shut down power plants over here. You know,
They
talk
did it.
about computer hacks that can hack into our power systems, to our commerce systems, to our treasury. That's where the attacks are going to come, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to build our infrastructure, and not just roads and bridges, but how we
Hey,
do the future
I-
work. And it is, you know, it's going to be. Who,
I thought Trump was supposed to do that for us already.
yeah. Ask
Oh, yeah, I'm
Bernadette
still
how the power grid is up in her part of the country. Yeah.
Yeah, show me
You mean
that.
the
Show me
power
that.
grid that keeps burning us down every year? That
Show
power
me
grid.
that.
Yeah.
Show me that healthcare plan.
Hey,
Where's that
Mitch.
healthcare plan?
Where's Mitch?
Hey, what's up, John?
Hello,
Another
Mitch.
2
How's
years.
Julie?
She's all right.
Good.
She's right here.
Outstanding. Hi, Julie. Glad y'all are here.
We're fixing to watch the Steelers beat the Bills, hopefully.
Oh, Steelers are playing again tonight? Oh, it's Sunday night.
Yeah, right. It's
Shit.
like they play every 3 days. It's the damnedest thing.
Man, I'm telling you. Well,
Popcorn.
unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because I never missed the game. Army played Navy yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Butthead.
Yeah, sorry about that,
Hey,
John.
does the Space Force have an academy yet?
Not yet, but I'm sure they're working. Navy
Space
sang
Academy.
first, and So yeah, for me, yeah, that was a little heartbreaking to see Navy sing first. You always want to sing last, and but overall, you know, there's always next year. I don't miss the Army Navy game. It is something that.
I have to
Anyway,
admit,
go Navy!
I
You
root
say-
for Army.
Beat Army
You
next
say
time.
there- you say like next year, like you're sure that we're even going to be here next year.
I have faith, my friend, because we're
No.
going to make it here. Me and you.
You know, you can tell
And-
Army
and
fans.
Julie.
All right, we'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be.
Tell them the 2016 doesn't
I
count
got
anyway.
no place to go. anyway.
Where am I going to go? I asked that question. Travis today said, I want to leave. And I said, where are you going? He said, out to TW's house. TW, did you sell him you could come out there? Huh?
CBD oil here. Yeah.
CBD oil. Hello, TW. How are you doing, my friend?
Good.
CBD.
I was listening to you guys in the
Huh?
you know, the thing and ranting and everything about, you know, about what was it you guys were talking about? Like, yeah, they're supposed to be getting the inoculations. Well, I hope they take one of those inoculations with a big fucking needle, stick it right in Donnie Trump's
Square
ass,
needle.
and break the fucking needle off
Square needle,
right
left,
when they
left
give him,
nut.
yeah,
Square needle, left nut.
yeah.
I'm just
Yep.
saying. That's what
And break it off right when they do it, and that way he's got a piece of lead up his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, let's don't go there. Boy, howdy, y'all don't know what it's like to have needles broke off in your butt.
That's a tough
I
crowd
do.
tonight.
I do.
My arm.
Tough crowd tonight? We're trying.
Yeah.
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 Who's giving you,
You know,
shit? Let me know.
I don't know, man. We got to save some energy for this last 30 days and kick this
I'm
asshole
telling you.
out.
I'm telling you,
my
it's not
God.
over. Tomorrow, you know,
See
we're
me-
going to have milestones. Tomorrow's going to be one. We get to see the Electoral
right.
College
did see a
fiasco come around.
milestone today on Ring of Fire. They said 60% of the public now can't stand Donnie's whining.
Oh no, come on.
It's
Oh, the
getting a little
Supreme Court.
it's getting a little tiring, you know.
Yeah, the Supreme
Biden
Court's
already
got-
has a
Every
higher
time you
Do they
turn
really
around,
want to have him in on
Biden
Supreme
wins
Court?
again.
No, they'd rather him to go bye-bye.
Hi,
John,
Angelica.
even-
Hello.
How you doing, darling?
Okay.
What?
I just went for the longest time. I said, don't count the chickens before they hatch.
That's right, baby. We can't. We're not done with this until January 20th, until Joe
Is that
Biden raises
like
his
hitting
hand.
John,
hitting a stone with
John.
two birds?
Yes, ma'am.
John,
Yes, ma'am.
the elector, those delegates will probably just count on those delegates to vote for Trump. It'll be 2016 all over again.
Yeah, yeah. I am expecting there to be some faithless electors. I
Yeah.
fully expect that. I don't.
Supreme Court forbids it.
We're going to see
won't
it
happen.
tested because that's
Well,
the
you know,
issue right
Supreme
now.
Court.
I think the
Supreme Court
Republican
called it-
Party is really leaning hard on some to do it to make again. It's not about whether or not it's legal or will work. It's the show. It's the
Yeah.
show.
They called it sedition.
Whatever.
So
And
I'm
of
make you
course,
feel better?
Yeah, no, I agree, Mitch, 100%. But I don't know about them. I don't put anything
I mean, that
past
gives
them
me
now.
faith. You know, when the Supreme Court calls us seditious, that gives me hope because they
Yeah.
did. They called us seditious. This is
That's
bullshit.
exactly what they're calling it.
And I want to,
There's
if I could please clarify something. And far be it for me to defend Republican representatives, but
But
the reason why they will never be charged with anything is because they were not party to the suit. They simply and disgustingly filed amicus briefs, which is basically a brief that's filed with an appeal in support of an appeal. So the reason why they can't be charged under either the rules of Congress or the constitutional sedition clause is because they were not parties to the suit. So I'm afraid that is not going to work
But-
out. The idea of punishing them,
but Ken Paxton was.
that is a fact.
And the Constitution says any official of the state.
That is correct. But
So-
not. But let's just be very clear that filing an
I'm glad-
amicus brief is not.
No, I want to hear the
party
law.
to the suit.
That's why we love having you here, Mitch.
Yeah,
Because
mean,
I
that's-
did not know about the amicus
Yeah.
brief. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew that's what they had filed, but I hadn't delved into exactly what that meant legally. So thank you
Amicus
very much for
being
that.
friend of the court is what it means.
Just
Yeah, they were
kind
being
of-
really, really careful. Walking
That's
careful.
just them going, hey, maybe y'all listen to this guy. Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
but listen to him anyway. And they're going
Feel
to
better,
use,
John?
huh?
You want me to make you feel better?
Yes.
They said that. They said Donnie
Always.
Jr.'s going to maybe run for president, but somebody said, "Oh fuck no."
Who's going to run for president?
They said, "Oh, Donnie Jr." They
He
said,
will.
"No,
Donnie Jr. may
president."
actually be
hell no.
speaker
He
than
will.
Donnie.
They actually
Guess what?
said
Ivanka too.
they actually said one of the people said, "Oh, if we have to go through 4 years of this, fuck no, no more."
No, look what they just
I
did.
don't think there is going to be another Trump president. I
on.
think after the disgrace
Nope.
that wears on the Republican Party from this fiasco, from
Oh,
their
yeah.
little brush with Donnie, is going to cause damage
yeah.
to their party for years to come.
Oh, for sure.
It's
done.
going to damage them, and there will be more and more people drift away from it. Maybe not jump over to Democrat, maybe just go independent, but they're not going to buy into the bullshit that the Republican Party has been selling for so many years and have now proven that it was all just hypocrisy. They don't have morals. They don't have integrity. They don't believe in the
They never
truth.
did.
They don't
They never
believe in
did.
our Constitution. They're
Never
there for
did.
the money, baby.
They're organized
And that's
crime.
it.
It's organized crime. That's
Yes,
It's
indeed.
a syndicate.
Never did.
And they love big
Talking to
business.
Robert
They're not
I
worried
don't know
about
any
night,
other
it.
word
and-
for it.
Like I was
They
talking to
don't-
Robert
they're
the other night, and
not-
Robert and I were talking, and we even both agreed. We said it should be held accountable. They should be held accountable. They should go down, just like Al Franken and all the other ones that did something that they weren't supposed to do. Hey,
It's
time to go.
accountability.
Probably.
Accountability is the problem. That's been the problem, whether it's the cops or the government or
And
any of these.
the Republican Party is only for big business. They're not worried about the smaller businesses or
are
the
not.
average man. They're not.
The rest of it is bumper stickers. Well, of course I'm
you
Christian. Of
got
course I
also
support
remember
the troops.
we
I'm
got
American.
we got some
Now vote for
we got
me.
some politicians in there too that are corporate.
We do corporate Democrats.
They're
That's
all
what I'm
corporate
saying.
Democrats.
This. I'm hoping what
I don't
I
care
see
what side they're
continue
on.
after this election, after we see Biden sworn in, is a continuation of our public engagement in this.
Yeah.
The people have to be the ones to push congressmen and senators to do the right thing. They're not going to do it on their own. They're not going to walk in one day and say, "Oh, I had an epiphany here, and I just, I'm going to vote my morals here, and you can't do this, and we're going to give money to the poor." It ain't going to happen unless
it
they
takes
get
push.
pushed. Unless
Yeah,
they
they
get
gotta-
pushed, and it's going to take
They
awful
got to
lot
be
of
held
pushing.
accountable.
They,
That's where accountability comes in.
they
You got to
have
hold
to
them
be
accountable.
more afraid of the people than they are of who is paying them off. Because, like I've always said, you think our tax laws are that thick for you? Not a word of
That's
it,
for
baby.
them.
It's not for you. It is a
Yeah,
way
until
that
they
is
start
set up
holding
in,
them
this,
accountable.
in our system to reward those with money.
So they can cheat the system. That's what it is.
Well, it's
Always
it
have
just,
been.
at some point, in my mind, not anybody else's. In my mind, you want to see us get to that point to where everybody is content with the things that they need, and maybe a few things that bring them pleasure in life. But 8-10 yachts, to have enough money that you could solve homelessness and it wouldn't bother you, to have that kind of wealth, I question your morality in that. I think if you would ask any of us people down here at the poor, that if we had that kind of money, what would you do with it? Well, they would go to solving of the homeless. They would go to feeding people. They would take that billions and see where the need was and go do it. I don't think anybody listening to this conversation is that kind of person that would want $100 billion just to sit in your bank and proclaim yourself the richest. Who gives a fuck? If you're just sitting on top of your money, what are you doing? When I question the morality of the capitalistic system, and there you go, John, you're a socialist. I'm a democratic socialist. I believe that we should all pay into this system that we have to improve the lives of everyone. And if it means that if you earn $1 billion a year, that you pay more into this pot than the poor guy down here working for $7.50, $8.50 an hour, 10 if he's lucky. He's struggling, man. He's struggling, and he has been struggling all his life.
Well, look at which one of those people have been necessary to keep society running, and which one wasn't.
Earning the $10 an hour.
Surprise, surprise.
When your toilet don't flush, that's who you call. When your TV doesn't work, when you have a hole in the street,
when you need your grocery store shelves restocked,
that's who we pay. When you need your country protected, that's who we chump off. While we by the way, Donnie's going to veto the defense spending bill. That's what he said.
Donnie can stick that veto up his ass.
Well, he can indeed, because it was passed by a majority, a veto-proof majority. So even if he vetoes it, Congress can just go ahead and bypass his veto.
Right,
overridden veto would be the perfect end.
Will still be an asshole no matter what.
No matter what. And he will be up until the time we leave. And the reason he's threatening is because he wants to sue Twitter. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Just wants to sue Twitter. He's pissed off at Twitter, so he's going to turn down the defense bill.
How people identify this petty piece of shit as the symbol of strength is just beyond me.
Beyond
Think
me.
about it.
I've never
He
seen
is the biggest snowflake of them all.
weaker man in my life than this
He's
man.
a user.
The funny thing is, he hasn't done anything.
He's a
He
user.
hasn't done anything in the whole time he's been in office for 4 years, and he's just now like I'm butt pissed off right now, and I'm butt hurt. I'm just gonna stop.
Donnie has
I'm not gonna
spent
do
his
anything.
life and
Well, you
continues
know
to
what?
spend it now.
You've
spending
always
other
done it.
people's money.
You've always done it. You're still gonna do it.
He's
'Cause
going
you're
to
a
do it
fucking
for
grifter,
He
and you
lives
need to
off
get out
other
of the
people's
fucking
money.
office.
Right now, it's the MAGA crowd donating lots of money to him so he can.
Yep. Well, there's stupid people in the
Wink,
world.
wink. Fight this fight.
He's just like Jesus, though.
Yeah. He's just like Jesus, ain't he?
Well,
Jesus was a
He's a
sociopath
God,
and a
man.
malignant narcissist. He's just like Jesus.
he
Yeah,
was sent. He was sent by God.
that's what
You know,
they
yeah,
believe.
he's real Christ.
Actually, Mitch, there's some of them that just have accepted him as a new deity. He is their God.
Mitch, shit
And
don't
those
float.
are the people that we have to worry about. Happy Hanukkah, Mitch.
Well,
You know,
at
man,
least,
I gotta say,
you know-
I've been to. I'm sorry, I've been to reggae shows and Grateful Dead shows, and we all got along just fine, man. I smoked weed with every nation on this planet.
There you go. There you go.
We all got along groovy.
You
None of
just
us
sat
fought.
back, kick back, pass that joint to the next guy next to you. The world would be a better place.
Did you guys
we
see
got
what
along
Buddy
just
Davis posted on the marijuana mask worn by a congressman? This is the latest outrage.
I saw that.
Republicans
No.
Beautiful.
No,
Yeah.
Buddy Davis. If you
Yeah,
don't know who he is,
posted over on Facebook. Oh yeah,
go
Plug for
by
Buddy.
and check out Buddy Davis Songs and Thoughts. Buddy Davis is a Grammy-nominated entertainer who is as a matter of fact, we might have some more music to play here on the show besides the Blue Dot theme. I know y'all getting tired of that. So we might have some music that Buddy is sending me, and so we can play on the show here. I'm looking forward
And give
to
him
that.
a follow and a friend
Give
over
him a
on
follow.
Facebook.
And
I mean, he was the one that let me know that Charlie Pride had passed away from
Yes.
COVID. That's how I found out
yeah.
from his
from
posts.
his he does have a Patreon page too, so if
Yes.
you want to support a great artist, go over to
just
Buddy
old
Davis's
age. He was
Patreon
86.
page, and $1 a month, baby. I'm telling you, that's how we pay the bills. Those names that you saw going by on our screen, those are our Patreon members for $1 a month. That's pretty, that's reasonable for the entertainment, the fine entertainment that you get here.
Did you catch the quote from Charlie Pride, which I never forget, where he said, first I was the first Negro country musician, then I was the first black or colored country musician, then I was the first black country musician, then I was the first African American.
Went through
You
the
can
whole
see how
gamut.
far we've gotten, and of course, the unspoken thing is he's still just another, to these people, he's just another black person. They can't.
Charlie Pride, with his album, The Best of Charlie Pride, was the first album that I bought. There was 2 albums that I bought, and it was Charlie Pride for the countryside of me, and Otis Redding's Dock of the Bay. He recorded that 3 days before he died.
Tragic.
Those 2 albums live in my head. But Charlie Pride, oh shit, Snakes Call at Night, Crystal Chandelier. Which one you want? Is anybody going to San Antonio? Sing just about. Yeah.
One of my high school friends, one of my crew that I ran with back in the elder days, where we used to play Dungeons and Dragons in the 70s.
Oh, those were the days. Dungeons and Dragons.
And one of my buddies whose house we used to hang out at, we lost him to COVID.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear.
Sorry, Thursday.
Hey, my nephew,
there are so many within our Blue Dot family right now who have family members. As we pointed out, Martha Olivera, Andy Paguda. We have friends and family that are suffering right now. So keep them in your thoughts. Send as many good vibes as you can down there. There's so much going on.
I can't imagine a world without Andy Paguda.
I know it. That would be a sad world. Andy, you see his new smile? I love the brother. I
got to back up on the marijuana mass thing. This is another reason Georgia needs to get those guys voted in, because Mitch will try to stop all the progress on the marijuana bill that just passed.
That just passed the House. And that's the progress that we need to make. We have to quit being stupid. You're not convincing anybody that marijuana is more dangerous than alcohol. It's a mute conversation anymore, and it's like a lot of other bullshit. You're embarrassing yourself now. Stop it. We know better, and we've known for a long time.
And Stacy just got 89,000 more registered voters.
When Mitch was alive. He's almost dead.
Yeah, she got 89,000 more, and they're all young
Abrams,
people.
Baby, you got to give it to her. That woman is on
woman.
fire.
She's good. Boy.
As far as getting the vote out,
person.
baby, she is on fire with that.
And they're all young people.
Yes, young people, because that's who the target is, because that's who we have to bring into this. Anyway, I guess I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining the conversation tonight. David, thank you very much, brother. We always enjoy your conversation.
Thank you, John. I always enjoy being here.
And before I forget, Bernadette Pre, our beautiful Bernadette Pre in the room earlier, using her voice. I want to thank her. Johnny Fly, who claims to be prettier than Bernadette Pre. I don't know about this. Anyway, Johnny Fly, thank you for being here, brother. We always appreciate it.
You're quite welcome. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And Mitch and Julie, always a pleasure to see you. Always.
John, it's always great.
Bye,
always
Julie.
Great to hear your voice, my friend.
Indeed, it's the same way. Back to you, brother. I love you. Take care of yourself.
All right. Good night, everybody.
And be careful. Bye. And Robert, out in Oregon, brother, thank you for being here. And come joining the family, brother. We love these family conversations. What fine entertainment are you? Where else are you going to get this shit? You can't, man. I'm telling you.
I love the vent. Thank you very much for letting me vent on your show. I appreciate it.
Come in here and vent anytime you want, partner. And TW Travis out in Colorado, brother. Take care of Mork for us. Everything going well with him, I assume.
Good.
Oh, no. Mork killed TW. Oh, well. You're Mork. TW done run off and left us.
You'll hear him on the show next week. Arf, arf, arf.
Arf, arf. Well, TW, thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for being part of the show. And our dear, sweet Velica, thank you, baby, for being here. I always enjoy it when you come in.
You're welcome.
You're just so sweet. And hugs to you, baby. We love having you around. Bring that sort of peace to the family. You just got that aura about you, baby. And we love
you. Don't know me very well.
Well, I know the part you let us see, and I'm thankful for that. But thank you for being here, Velica. We appreciate it tremendously. And I want to thank everybody that came in on YouTube, on Facebook, on Periscope, to spend your time with us and enjoy the evening and with us. This family grows every night. Emily Miller just joined our Patreon page. Emily, thank you very much for that. There we go. That is what we rely on the Patreon and the donations to pay the bills. This is what I do for a living nowadays, so I appreciate everything that y'all have done for us. But the most precious thing that you give, truly, every time is the time that you come in to spend with us. So thank you very much for that. All right, baby, here we go. It's going to be Monday. We're going to start the new shit show this week. We're not going to know what's going to happen until it happens. So stay tuned. Stand by to stand by. This may be a maybe.
Monday.
You know.
We're under 40 days. Just keep telling yourself that. We're under 40 days.
Just one day at a time, baby. One day at a time. Sweet Jesus, let us get through this shit. Anyway, I love you for being here. Thank all of you. We'll be back here again for another Blue Dot family meeting on Tuesday. So please go by bluedotintexas.com. Check out how to download Discord. You can come in and join the conversation with us. Head over to the Blue Room where the conversations get quite lively. And that's where I'm headed now. So to all of you all, good night. Remember, we're in a pandemic, so wash your hands, wear your mask, stay away from nasty-ass people. And at the same time, try to put a smile on somebody's face. We love you, and take care of yourself. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see.